bunch of farm to table choices for you to choose from. And then after we've taken a tour around the farm, which is about an hour, and then you usually either have ice cream before you go on the tour or after, depending on the day. So that ends with our coffee ice cream, and then we bring it back down. I am trying not to shop like this much on this good internet, but today this is what we get. Last year I promised myself that I would be able to get through the busy season, which in here on the island that I live on is cruise season, tourist season, which is mainly between November to April. And last year tried me. I lost an employee that I would have felt I would have gone above and beyond for, and they would have left during the busy season. And this year, another employee is doing me the same thing. And when you run a small business, having all the details line up throughout the year and you do everything, at least in your power, you feel like you do everything you can to ensure that persons remain employed and they do some of the not so kindest things to you, it can hurt. And yesterday really hit me. And I think it's important for me to find an outlet rather than continuously keeping things inside. I have always been a very quiet person, and it's been for many reasons that throughout this adventure, um, I'm going to share a little bit more why. But my main goal is just to truly show up for me this season. And if it is that I make it through April with all these updates, that's great. If I don't, I still want to just show up for myself. So, I'm Tiffany. I live on a little island, well, little but with Talawa, and I'm a few things. The main thing I want to show up here as is a small business owner and someone that's truly just trying her hardest to find herself in a very cruel world, right? I've always been very sheltered, and I never realized how sheltered I was until life really starts hitting you and you realize that truly when people tell you who they are, believe them. So now I am just trying to navigate all the things that I feel were done so cruel to me. Because why would you do that to me? I have such a big heart, such a kind person. Why would you do that to me when, in all actuality, everybody just going through their own life and it happens. It really does. I'm still a very private person, very private person. I don't even shop on this internet. um, but I think that's why I'm going to use YouTube to show up, because no one really follows me here anyway, and see where it goes. And the goal is to be able to look back in April, May of next year and see all of the progress that I've made. Yesterday really hit me. You have no idea how it hit me and how disappointed I was, along with just some other things. I also recently came back from a trip to St. Lucia, and one of the things I've always wanted to do was showcase a little bit of my life, especially my travel life. So I am going to insert some of my clips from St. Lucia. It was my birthday on October 20th, and it's freaking crazy that 2 years ago when I turned 29, I'm now 31. I showed up and I was so sad, and I was talking about being a victim and how one person would think, how I kept feeling like I'm a victim, because I would have lost one of my most important relationships. We're in a better space now, and we working it out. We're working it out. It's family, really really close family. Um, 2 years later, and I don't feel like I'm a victim anymore, but I do feel like I still haven't found out truly who people are, and a lot of it has to do with how sheltered I was as a kid. I am no longer a kid, so this should not be an excuse anymore. I'm an adult. I'm 31. Figure it out. Um, so yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my company. It's not just my company, it's actually two families, but I do most of the managing of this specific company. I just want to say I wish I could take this company across the world. I wish I could, but it's also very daunting being a business owner. Okay, it really is. Oh, it really is. And that's not me complaining, because it is now not. It's now 8:09 a.m. and I get the luxury of just finishing a load. Well, I'm trying to finish some laundry, personal laundry, so then I can do laundry for my business before I clean my wash machine to start again next week. And this is truly my life. So I'm going to take you on an adventure. This has been 7 minutes and 43, 44, 45 seconds in already. I feel at peace right now. I'm going to do a little bit of work. I think my machine has maybe an hour left, and then I'll pop those in the dryer, and then we head to work to start the day. We need to look for a few persons this week. Um, 2 positions I need to make available this week. That's important. And then I have maybe 3 additional persons I need to get up there as well. It's a quiet week, not overly quiet, but pretty quiet week. And I truly look forward to seeing this progress in April. I really do. So, welcome. I'm opening my doors a little bit more. So, welcome truly to the madness and the happiness and the joy and the pain and the sorrows that is my life. That was so extra. In 53 minutes, I'm waiting for this load to finish. So I made some tea. Of course, made coffee for my partner as well, but I just wanted to drink some tea this morning. I really like starting out my day with a good reset, especially um, because it helps me throughout the day. I would have made lunch yesterday, and just some leftovers is what we're having today. What I made was a concoction. But if you are interested, it is it was kingfish in coconut milk with okra and carrots and all the goodnesses, and then mashed Irish potato. That was it. That's all. That's what I'm eating today. I'm gonna have my tea, and I'll let you see all the other concoctions I usually try to start my morning off with. I have not been a I've not been a very good person to me when it comes to my eating habits, and so now it is after 8 in the morning, and I want a mimosa. That is not going to help us to sustain what we have going on. I also really want to cut back on my drinking. I need to cut back tremendously. So we're gonna start with that today. I'm not gonna go cold turkey, but I'm definitely going to cut back a lot. Instead, let's start the morning with some tea. This amazing turmeric shot. I can't get behind the taste, but I can get behind the benefits. And I also can't get behind how messy this is. And let's start with this so I can get the taste behind me. It's not that bad, it really isn't. I try to mix mine with garlic as well, and that's why I know I messed up. But I know I still have to finish it, so I need to do it. Bottoms up. I am heading back from a meeting that I'm pretty impressed with, but you know those, I don't know how much I want to say about this one. So you know those like hotels that would tell you, oh, you can be in our digital marketing and whatever marketing and hard paper and stuff like that. It's one of those companies, and I've had experiences with companies like this one before, and it almost seemed like it was a scam because you pay up front and there's no assurance that you're going to even make back the money that you would have given them initially to be a part of this. So it almost comes off like a scam. And while I really want my company's name to continue getting out there, it's like, but if I make the same amount that I make if I go with you, then maybe I shouldn't go with you. You know that way? I want to teach myself that it's okay to sit with yourself and just do the most mundane task. One of the things I've realized is I scroll a lot. I scroll a little bit too much, and it's truly because I am trying to escape reality, and that doesn't help at all. So it's Saturday now. Ooh, I did my nails last night, so I'll show you. But it's Saturday now. I'm truly just going to sit with myself here for the next few hours. It is, I don't even have my phone, but according to my clock, it is 20 minutes past 8 in the morning, and so I've already started folding. I'm also washing all the linens for my business, which would be probably the next 3 hours. I need to come up with a solution for my, what do you call that? For my quilts that I use at the farm, because I cannot afford to keep paying Skillet to run my dryer 3 times because of how thick they are. I truly can't. But I want to sit in stillness today. I don't have my phone. I have checked in with my mom already and she's okay. And I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to fold clothes, watch Scandal. I started watching Scandal last night. Just for comfort, and I went to bed this morning after 1. It's been a while since I've gone to bed that late. And I'm just enjoying it, doing absolutely nothing. My business phone is off today, and unfortunately, that's not the best thing in the world for my guests. But for me right now, it's truly what I need. I'll probably turn it on for like an hour later just to check any updates that I may have. But for me, everything else can wait until a little bit later or tomorrow.
I wanted to leave you. I left you because I don't love you anymore.
Recibo una sentada, ¿me entiendes? Este juego se acabó también, mi hija.
No.
The kids and I were thinking we could all go to Santa Barbara for a long weekend. They really want to see their friends. And we haven't been home since the inauguration. What's that, 14, 15 months? Since?
And how babies were ripped from her arms by a ruthless dictator who can't run a family, much less a country. And then one survival. This woman can either be in this thing.
Obviously, this isn't it.
Okay.
Can't you leave sooner?
No.
Why not?
Because I can't leave the country island just with my wife.
Either. Only ask the famous man will leave. Where's the right
It's now after 2 and I'm pretty much done. I have one more quilt in the dryer, but I'm having some goat water and I do think I have an addiction to my phone. I've still picked it up like 4 times today. One of them was to talk to my mom, so
You know, we have had but the debate that we are having in Nevis really is reflective sometimes of an absence of an appreciation that these zones have been existing.
I love when good things happen. So I had an order today for one of my biggest clients and my heart is beating. Oh, I'm nervous, but it's gone. And the good thing that happened is I didn't have to go. It's about a 15-minute drive and I didn't have to. I was waiting for them to reply to my email because it's my first drop off. Coincident, the person that I called, they were in my area, so they just swung around. The boxes were heavy. I even grabbed the pulley and I know they would have been so heavy, but the things I do for my business, and two guys were in the vehicle. The order is complete. Now I need to go and get the measurement for this truck sign, and since I do not have a measuring tape, we'll be using a ruler.
This Thursday? Oh, why? Yes. Oh,
Forgive you,
okay.
but there's something at work
I
right now,
forgot you.
but we'll see how we work out.
You mean, oh, if they're gonna do the container? That's, I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back from Mason and
I'm waitressing tomorrow, and on Saturday, waitressing again. But I am going to go to the farm for the next 2 days. So I'll just work from there and then stay there since I don't have any guests staying over this week. This is how I want to end the first video. It's in my face. But last night, while we were dealing with a lot of the vanilla, my father-in-law brought me basil. Well, I asked for basil because I want to plant some basil, and because it's a Caribbean household, how do you not have basil in your yard, Tiffany? I've been here for like 6 years. I've had some trees, and then I don't because my green thumb could really thumb. Um, but my husband ended up putting the basil in this little vase that I have on the counter, and going forward, I'm always gonna have basil here because one, when you wake up in the morning and you smell just basil, the scent of basil, and especially if it's strong, it sets your day. So I had this and coffee this morning, and it was just beautiful. So a few of these are going to go into the ground. I'm currently working on editing my first video. Bit nervous. Um, you can clearly tell I'm nervous for saying this much. And yeah, we're gonna close off this weekend, and I need to find a day, what day I want, because I really want to do that specific day every week just to remain consistent. Welcome to my little kitchen in the rainforest. I would love to show you guys around today, but I'm prepping for 4 persons who have coming today and then 19 tomorrow. So let's just do a quick, just like what it looks like, and then I'll show you at a later time. Just the prep and all that. Not sensitive. So proud of you. Bye.